The pandemic that is adult friendships. Hey, but Lina, if there's a pandemic worse than the original pandemic, it has to be adult friendships. Especially mo basading. Can't take it in Kalin. Sure.
Okay, let's do this. In 3, 2, 1. It's Thrive time.
Is it just me, or are adult friendships just the bottom of the barrel? The bottom of the lowest barrel in the pits of Pittsburgh? Huh? Pela how? Pela no. Pela Pela no. I just feel like I'm being dealt a heavy blow, and it keeps on coming, blow by blow by blow by blow. At one point, do I catch a break? And don't catch me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There are amazing friends out there, like amazing. People that will be there for you, like without getting tired. People that will just consistently and constantly show up for you. Those are in one box. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about these ones who leave you feeling like you could punch a wall. I'm talking about these ones who leave you feeling like you ain't shit. I'm talking about these ones who leave you feeling like what is the purpose of me on this planet? You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm talking about those ones who leave you feeling like terrible about yourself. They leave you wondering, Auntie, what's wrong with me? What did I do? What did I say? I'm talking about these ones who will smile with you, laugh with you. Everything is all good and flower and candy floss until you hear the stuff they have to say about you. Like, what the hell is wrong with girls? Like, what the hell is wrong with girls? Because girls stress me the fuck. Girls stress me the fuck out, man. And it just baffles me, because you do understand that when we're adults, we don't have to do anything. You don't have to share your toys. You don't have to speak to the kid you sit next to in class. You don't have to do anything. So the fact that someone intentionally becomes a questionable friend on purpose, just for the fun of it just baffles me. It just baffles me. I don't get it. First of all, I feel like Disney sold us dreams, because all the friends in Disney, the ones I saw, they were just really bubbly, not hubbly bubbly. They were just really amazing friends all the time. Everything was going really well and proper for them all the time. All the freaking time. And then there's adulting. First of all, there's adulting as a pandemic. And then there's adult friendships. You're trying to figure your life out. You're trying to figure out who you are in society. You're trying to figure out who you are as a person, how you show up for yourself, how you show up for your friends, how you show up for your family. And then there's bills. How to pay bills, how to save up for retirement, how not to go broke, how to get out of debt, how not to get into more debt, how to live, how to look good, how to feel good, how to lay them edges, how to lay a wig, how to do your makeup, how to wear eyelashes, how to draw eyebrows, how to put on lipstick, how to contour your face, how to just draw your face, how to make your face look new. And then out of all of that, like, it's not bad enough. Like that is not bad enough. And then you're gonna meet that one friend that's just intentional about making your life shit. Why Mara Liliso? Why Liliso? Because I just don't get it. I am an open book, as open as they come. When it comes to me, you never have to wonder where you stand with me, because I'm honest, I will be transparent, and I communicate my feelings, my expectations, my thoughts, disappointments, and just all around, you'll know what I think about you as a person. You will always know what I think about you, and I feel like that is one of the best gifts you can give to anyone you live with, anyone around you. People shouldn't be second guessing themselves all the time, not knowing what you think, not knowing how you feel. And I just feel like the admin, and what's worse, it's the people that withhold their real thoughts and feelings about you that will go out there and run their mouths to the ends of the world. They will go out there and they will talk their lungs out about you, but they cannot afford you that same courtesy to just let you know, oh baby girl, I am fucking with you. I mean, I feel like I appreciate a person more if they're able to just tell me, hey, you know what, you and I, this is not happening, and let's just leave it here, other than a person who will keep coming into my space, keep pretending like we're cool, keep pretending like they like me, they love me, but who tricky, who wow, oh wow, then why are we doing this, So, but I just feel like when it comes to friendships, adult friendship, one needs to like really sit down with themselves and first confront yourself, confront the kind of person you are as a person, and confront the type of person you give to the world, and I'm not even on here to say, no, some people are bad people, some people are good people. No. That's not what I'm doing. But become aware of the type of person you are and the type of person you give to the world, and then become aware of how people are receiving the type of person you are. Because you could walk out here saying that you tell it like it is, how's that, and you're just gonna, you know what, and then that's what you're giving to the world. But what people receive is that you are abrupt, you are brutal, and you're hurtful, you're inconsiderate, and therefore they don't want to associate with you. You understand? So sometimes sitting down with yourself just once in a while, just put down the beverages, leave your friends alone, sit down on your own, and just introspect, look into yourself, and understand the type of person you are, and what you're making people deal with, what you're forcing people to deal with. Then I think, we might get somewhere in the world. And next, just ask yourself if you're a good person. Generally, are you a good person? Are you good to yourself? Are you good to those around you? Are you good to the environment? Are you a good person? Like, are you nice? Are you nice? Because sometimes I feel like we mistake being a good person for like the number of people that are around us. We think that just because you have an entourage of friends, just because your DMs are always popping, and just because you are out every day or every weekend, and your friends always, like, you always have a crutch of people around you, and you assume that is a direct measure of how good of a person or a friend you are. But that couldn't be any further from the truth. Sit down with yourself again. Ask yourself, am I a good person with that crutch of people that you spend time with? How honest are you with the people you spend time with? Do they know how you feel? Do they know what you think? Are you careful of the things you say? Are you courteous in the way that you speak to people? Are you sensible? Are you sensitive? Are you considerate? Don't, like, it's pointless having a group of 20 friends and all of them are hurt because of what you said. All of them have something else to say about you. Like, are you a good person? Are you good to yourself, and are you good to those around you? What are you putting out into the world? What are you pouring into your friends, with the different friendships that you have? Like, do you find yourself sitting and gossiping all the time? Do you find yourself being rude and snappy with people all the time? Do you find yourself having to tell people off all the time? I feel like those are just, small measures, things that could show. Wait a minute, something is not balancing. Friendships need work, especially real friendships. Disney sold us dreams because they never had to put in the work. It was just this girl becoming friends with that girl and always get along, and they agree on everything, and they always want the same stuff, and But that's not how life works, especially in adult friendships, especially female adult friendships. Because I feel like for this thing to work, you need to become realistic, you need to become honest, and you need to trust in the fact that you were there for the right reasons. And you need to trust in the fact that not agreeing with your friend doesn't mean you are a bad friend. It doesn't mean they are a bad friend. You are two different people from two different households. There's no way you're gonna agree on everything. Even siblings from the same household don't agree on everything. They don't always agree. In fact, they disagree more than they agree. So becoming honest, I feel like then that's it, it allows you to become yourself and find your bearings in a friendship, because it's pointless agreeing on everything only for you to turn around and talk trash about your friend to someone else, whereas they are trusting you maybe with a very vulnerable situation they're facing. You get it. But put in the work. It requires work. It needs you to constantly communicate your expectations, your wants, your likes, your dislikes, like how you feel, what you think. You need to constantly speak to a person. And over and above communicating all of those, you constantly need to speak life into them, because sometimes your friend will be dealing with stuff, and sometimes they just need you to be there and hold their hand, and that will be your job in that time. So you need to also take that responsibility, and don't take it lightly. It's not all about you. This is not a you show, and I think this is where people get it wrong. In my early days of blogging, there was an article I wrote about friend versus fan, about how sometimes we are in a friendship, but one is being a friend and the other only considers them a fan. The way maybe the levels are just not, like, you're not on the same level, and one feels like they are on a stage and they just taking center stage all the time, and they feel like you are their biggest fan, whereas you are doing everything out of the utter love of your heart. You're doing everything from the bottom of your heart with love, because you are being a friend. But it's only in communication that you can know for sure, where you stand with a person. That's why I don't enjoy lukewarm people. If I'm not sure where I'm standing with you, no, what are we doing?
What are we doing? What are we even doing? What are we even doing?
Can I trust you if you're being lukewarm with me? Can I leave my kid with you in an emergency? Can I call you in an emergency? Can I count on you when the happy times, bad times, whatever? Can I count on you when I'm going through the most, when my family's falling apart, when there are difficulties? Can I count on you? So if we're just surface level friends for the sake of drinking, then I would be worried. Personally, I get worried. Not that there's anything wrong with beverages, I'm just saying it can't be all that we do. Putting in the work will be important. If you don't feel like putting in the work, then maybe don't string that friend along. Maybe set your boundaries from the onset to say, you and I are just bev friends. We just go out, we have a good time, we go back home. And that's fine. That's totally fine. And another thing about adult friendships is that not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. Not every single friend you have is meant to be your bestest friend in your whole world forever. Not everyone. Some people are there for a reason, maybe to teach you a lesson, just one lesson. Maybe they're there to teach you how to learn how to share. Maybe they're there to teach you how to open up to people, to teach you how to be vulnerable, to teach you how to be warm with people, how to accept people into your space, how to accept love, how to learn how to give and receive, how to just learn how to be in relation with a person platonically. Some people are just there for reasons, just to teach you something small, and they go. And when that lesson has been learned, when that reason has been attained or achieved, and their time is done, then you let them go. Some people are there for a season. Some people are there to help you through. Maybe you're going through a transition in your life. Maybe you are going through a breakup or a divorce, and Here's a person who maybe has that experience, or they know exactly what you're dealing with, or they know how to help you through it, and they just happen to be in your life at the right time. Maybe you are going through, a pregnancy, and you need someone who knows the ins and outs of these things. Maybe you are going through unemployment, and you need someone who gets you to help you through it. Maybe you're just going through a really difficult time, a really difficult life transition, and you just cannot see the light at the end of this tunnel. And it takes that one friend to help you through that season. Then they fulfilled their duties. Once that season comes to an end, once you get it, once you've healed, and then they're off, it doesn't make them bad people. It doesn't mean you're bad, you can't keep friends, wara. No, it means that they fulfilled their role, they fulfilled their purpose, and then it's time to let them go. Then there are friends that are with you for a lifetime, which I'd like to think the ones that are still sticking around to this day. I'll assume I'm taking you to the end, because so there's those friends who are with you through it all, through thick, through thin. You might meet them at different stages of your life, of their lives, but things just work. Even with the fights, even with the silent moments, the loud moments, the happy times, the bad times, they still stick by you. But those are friendships that need work. Those are not the Instagram friendships where we just post when we're out for lunch and that's it. Those are friendships that need work. Those are friendships that will need you to be honest. Those are friendships that will need you to get out of your feelings, because you will be corrected in those kind of friendships. You will be called out. You will be reprimanded. You will be confronted. You will deal with the truth. But at the end of the day, it's all love. This person has my best interests at heart, and I believe that whatever it is that they're telling me, even though it doesn't feel good, it's going to benefit me. At the end of the day, it's your values that matter, especially in adult friendships, because I feel like this is the part where most of us lose ourselves and lose our values. We mix and match. You decide what you leave from your childhood, and you decide what you're gonna pick up from maybe a friend that is around you most of the time. We learn new habits. We learn new lifestyles. We make new lifestyle choices, and our value systems can also become affected. But it also boils down to you as a person, what your values are and what you're looking for really in a friendship, and how far you're willing to go for what you want, and what you bring to the table, how valuable it is. Because if you're being a trashy friend, you are going to get trashy friends. That's just the way it is. If you are a gossiper, you're going to get gossipers. If you can't be trusted, you understand? If you're unreliable, if you're disrespectful, if you're rude, you get where I'm going with this. So tit for tat, and the golden rule of life always applies. I feel like in all my relationships with the different friends I've had, the ones I've had for reasons, for seasons, and the ones I feel like I'm carrying for a lifetime, the one major lesson I've learned from all of them that remains constant, both, is vulnerability. Because I am a traumatized child, and vulnerability didn't always come easy. I didn't always have an easy time sharing a bit of myself like this. It wasn't always a thing that I knew. It was never an option, to be quite honest. It was a thing that I felt was a no-go area, because I would get punished for being vulnerable and expressing my feelings. So one thing friendship has taught me, the real ones, the fake ones, all of them, one thing friendship has taught me is how to be vulnerable and own my truth. Own my truth, own my part in the truth. Say, if this is my story, it will still be my story tomorrow. It will still be my story next year. It doesn't matter who tells it. The bottom line is that it's my story. I've just learned to walk in my authentic light, because we cannot walk around here with masks on all the time, unless there's a pandemic. But we cannot walk around like, there has to be somewhere where you are completely 100% yourself. We cannot walk around with our walls up all the time. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's a way of life. I don't think that's how it should be. But then again, it's also just my opinion on adult friendships. Not all is lost, it's not all trash. A lot of them, yeah, tricky situations. But I feel like in situations where we put in the work, and be intentional about putting in the work, your friends are not your doormats. Just because this person chose to be your friend doesn't mean you can abuse them however much you want. You could be going out of your way, going the extra 2 miles to show up for a person because you are being a friend. But because their life is a stage and they're always right at the center stage, they're always performing for their lives, they treat you like a fan. They literally abuse you, they're disrespectful, they're just inconsiderate, hurtful all the time because you don't matter to them, but you care about them so deeply. Girl, you go out of your way to show up in a friendship that is not serving you. So more than anything, I think what makes adult friendships hard and difficult is people that pretend that they want to be in something they really don't want to be in, and people that are lazy to put in the work where you do want to be at. Put in the work. You cannot afford to be lazy. You have to show up the same way you show up in your romantic relationship. Show up for your friends. Show up. Affirm them. Appreciate them. Be honest with them, man. Be reliable and be a good friend to them. Offer an ear. Listen. Sometimes you just need to listen. Sometimes listen without having a story. Sometimes listen without having a response. Sometimes just listen. Just listen to what your friend has to say. It doesn't mean that when you know everything about them, you know everything about them. There's always something else to learn, and that's where we miss it. That's where we drop the whole entire ball, and it becomes tricky. There's no need for pretense. There's no need for lying. There's no need to act like you like someone you don't like. If you don't like them, you don't like them. No one can hold that against you. You don't need to continue exposing yourself to them, then turn around and talk trash about them. I don't think life is meant to run like that. And if that's how you operate, I have serious questions for you. But I am not God who will judge. I am just but a human being. So yeah, I don't know who this was for, but I hope it resonates with someone. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of Thrive Out Loud. Please remember the house rules, and here we like, comment, subscribe, click on the bell notifications to know when I upload a new thing, and tell a friend to tell another friend to bring some drinks because Giddy Zemba, baby. See you next time. Bye.